Self-sufficiency is really important because you can really direct. You are meant to be the one that is steering your ship.
Joy booked me for my first ever job. I didn't even have makeup brushes. She was directing her own music video. She was just like, yeah, you can do makeup. We went to Boots and we bought like a bunch of cheap shit.
My first proper foot in the door was probably YouTube, because from one video I did a cover of Hit the Road Jack, and that went not viral, not like Billie Eilish viral, but it had, instead of 200 views, it had like 200,000. I didn't put ads on it. I didn't, I was practicing. From practice, I got to the point where I could have a video that had 200,000 views, and somebody is going to see that. Maybe. Pedro, how did you get the internship?
There was a girl on my course. She started working for the brand, I think, maybe a couple of months prior. They needed some more interns just to help out on the show for London Fashion Week. And I'd never really helped on a show before, but I was like, of course. After the show, the PR manager, he asked me if I wanted to still continue and do a couple of days a week at the head office. On the summer break of uni, I went full time. And then after that, I think it was like 6 months, they gave me a job.
I've been in studios where it's like, she won't know that I'm adding 12 fucking decibels of reverb onto her voice. And I go, what have you just done? Why are you adding reverb to my voice? Oh, you've got a good ear. Self-sufficiency is really important because you can really direct. I'm not saying that you've got to do everything yourself. You learn how to direct, and you are meant to be the one that is steering your ship. That's your ship. Everyone else is working on it. We have YouTube, we have Google, we have free workout programs. Use it. Use that time to learn how to produce. Use that time to learn how to play the guitar. I've always believed that I've just got to do it myself.
Even though it's very stressful, but it's a massive learning. It's a good way to learn because you would like to know how to manage your own shit. You just have to be yourself when you're meeting people. They made it a thing where they were like, yeah, you got to have business cards with your email on it and your name on it. That's madness. That's crazy. I'm just going to show up as me. And if you like it, you like it. They just need to reach out, like email whoever your favorite makeup artist is. I've met most of my assistants because they literally just dropped me an email like, I love your stuff and I'd love to learn from you. And just be really enthusiastic. Like, just email them. And don't be afraid to ask people. The worst they could say is no. And also, they don't know you. So it's like, just ask away. If they say no, that's cool. You'll never see them again. Or maybe what happens a lot in this industry, you will. And they'll tell you yes in a few years' time.
Also, there is like that shame or being like, oh, I don't want to seem like a beg, or I don't want to. And it's like, unless you get over that perseverance is kind of the first step in. But like, let part of your ego go. It doesn't matter if you're a bit ashamed, like just go for it. Professional nepotism is something we could definitely talk about, particularly in like the creative industries. Everyone sat here in this room didn't have that in a way that came from higher. It came from the same level. So you asked your friends to help you out. You all came in at a similar position and came up together.
Like Mata and I was literally just like, what about me?
People are really, really scared to like ask, but I feel like if you have people in your network or people that you see maybe doing something and you know them, do not be afraid to ask for help, because that age-old saying, if you don't ask, you don't get. And the worst that someone's going to do is say no. Hearing the word no shouldn't be like discouragement.
Professionalism to me is the most important thing in this industry. I was very quickly put into you're too South London, you're too this at one point when I was younger. And I was a little bit angsty and I was a little bit of a teenager. The bite that I got from it was probably a lot worse than maybe my white counterparts. I'm not saying to suppress your voice. I'm saying just learn how to make it do a ribbon as opposed to a punch. Do you guys feel like that's a thing?
I just saw that someone said the necessary persona and self-control is a whole ass job in itself. It definitely is. I don't feel like it's as deep as creating a different persona.
No, that's where I was saying it shouldn't be creating a different persona.
Yeah, I think it's knowing how to navigate your own persona in just different capacities.
How do you go about navigating those spaces and being successful, or allowing to act in a way that's going to allow you to be successful without compromising yourself? You feel like you've got someone once you realise that you can help someone else?
When I look back, I think of career-defining moments is when I was able to curate programs that gave opportunity and funding to young creatives.
Producers would ask me if I have a hair person or if I have a nail tech, and I'll obviously just bring in my people.
Once you kind of got your foot in, you started bringing people through, and there's more than one seat at the table.